I just woke up from a nap. I just woke up from a nap and I've I need some sun. I need some sun. And I got thoughts on my head. So I was like, let's do this video and let's talk. Because if you're like me, after a good nap, the downloads just be coming. So let's dive in. So for those who don't know, I am a personal trainer certified. And I appreciate my job. I appreciate the business that I have for the simple fact that I get to help people improve their body. And I've always been into this idea of like being a badass and saying, fuck you. I can have full agency over what I consume and how I choose to look in the healthiest way. I feel like a healthy looking person is literally the walking billboard of fuck you to all the chemical induced food and all of these drugs that they want to throw at you to help you feel better, but the side effects are just ridiculous. Like, it's interesting when you see a person who's healthy and they are athletic and they look good. But recently, let me be honest, I have been consuming more candy, craving sugar. So I'm like, that time of the month is coming, ladies, you know. So that's where the acne is coming. And I'm like, my body was telling me, like, you should probably pull back because you already know too much sugar is going to cause these acne breakouts. So I was like, let me stop, because then it started getting really bad right here. And I'm just like, I can't, that's a no, right? I literally had someone call me and say, Shayla, you going through it? You look like you need some sun and your face don't look good. And I was like, don't come for me. Don't. It's the sun. What do you want me to do? It's been snowing. We in New York. What you want me to do? But anyways, I digress. I had seen my client today, and she reminded me of a lesson, whether she realized it or not. So it's cold, and I had regular clothes on. And usually when I train my clients, I have athletic wear on for the simple fact that it's professional, it's what I do. But also, if I need to perform, I have the flexibility in my clothing that will help me perform the task effectively. I get there and I'm just like, I don't want to change. And if you are like me, like you ever have conversations in your head assuming how somebody's going to respond. So you're already in defense mode because you're already playing out their part and what they're going to say. Well, subconsciously, I think I did that because I was like, Shayla, you should be dressed. This is your business. Even though she's a long term client, show some respect. So I come to her right when she says good morning. I'm like, good morning. I'm like, I hope it doesn't bother you that I'm in regular clothes. She's like, no, why would I care? Why the fuck would I care? And I didn't feel any type of way. Like, that's our relationship. Like, it doesn't really matter. But she was basically saying, like, why would I care? Why would I care? Like, do you be free? Like, it doesn't bother me, not at all. And she was so like, girl, why would you even ask me that? It's your body, it's your business. What you want to do is what you want to do. Now, was it a little too intense? Yeah. But come to find out, she was having a lot on her mind. And I can tell my clients I'm very connected to. I know when they're having a rough day, and sometimes it's a little bit like a little sizzle on the end of their words, and if I need to check, I will. But that didn't offend me enough to be like, check yourself. It was more so like, Shayla, you don't need permission. Hence the video. Hence the video. Why in the world at this big grown 33-year-old age am I still looking for permission? From who? Who am I subconsciously believing will give me the, you go girl, you can do it, go ahead? Who am I looking for to say that to me, to feel like now I can live my life, now I can get things in order, now I can do things, now it'll make sense, now I can start, now I can go, now I can evolve? Her response was so dramatic that it made me realize We be looking for external validation, external permission, while other people got their own shit on their mind. They're not thinking about providing you with any level of certainty. You have to create your own level of certainty for yourself. You have to create your own level of, I have enough evidence within myself due to my actions to know that I am capable and I am allowed to do something. That if everybody says no, that no does not define me enough to make me stop doing what I have already given myself permission to do. Realizing that we live in a world where, whether you want to admit it or not, people are competing and comparing in the worst way. People are like, I want to show up. I want to just be me. Yet society condemns you for being you because you don't look how everybody else looks. And when you don't look how everybody else looks, you get called out, you get made fun of. The same people that tell you be you are the same people that will sell you something to improve you. So which one is it? Where we going? I don't know. 33 years old. And I'm thinking, who do I need permission from? And what I love about that question is, when I ask myself, who do I need permission from? The more I ask, the more faces of people I wanted permission from. I wanted their, you go, you got it. And if you go, I will be right here to hold your hand if you do not do well. I won't make fun of you. I won't judge you. I will be right there with you. It was like a part of me was nervous to go out and embark on this journey called adulting in life, because I felt like if I go out, right, and it doesn't look how I want it to look, will there be a cushioning for if I fall? And will there be arms wide open if I have to come back? And what I realized was there were moments in my life where I did go out or I did do something or I did say something and it wasn't appealing to everyone and I did get dropped. I started to become a critical thinker and I was not well received. I started to make decisions and the consequences were I had to bear everything on my own, or that's not a good idea. And I got into this habit, unfortunately, of, instead of going to myself first, trusting my abilities, trusting my discernment, I would ask everybody for their opinion. And I realized, like, once I got their insight, I was like, I don't like it. And what I started to do was, I started to say to myself, do what you want to do first, and then you can tell people. And then you can see if you like their advice or whatever. But what I had to realize, and this is for anybody who's still seeking permission on doing things, one, people have a lot of their own stuff going on that they're not even qualified to give you permission, because the stuff that they got going on is taking up so much brain space that the last thing that they're thinking about is telling you, yeah, go do something. First, they're not your parent. They don't have the power to make you do something, right? When my client said what she said, later on we had a conversation, and she has a lot going on at work. She has big decisions to make. And that's when I realized, oh, she's so overstimulated by the fact that she has to make this big decision that's probably going to be life altering. And I'm over here saying, hey, I'm not going to wear this. You okay with it? Something small to her was big to me. And it made me realize a lot of the things that we want permission for are the things that are important to us. So how dare we even outsource that? I think the worst thing you can do is say, I want permission to do something, knowing that you really want to do it, right? And you go to someone that you trust and they're like, I don't think it's a good idea. The reason why that's so painful, because somewhere in your mind, you was like, yeah, it was a good, I'm probably not going to do it, because you put their word and their voice ahead of your own discernment. and ahead of what you already innately feel that you should do. Now, granted, there's going to be times where you probably like, I heard you, but I'm going to still do it. But what I've realized is people who look for permission are also people pleasers. Like they kind of go hand in hand because I'm looking for permission because if you say no, I'll probably do something different. You already know I've told you about my people pleasing tendencies. And I'm realizing more and more that when I lead, or when I move in that energy of people pleasing and looking for somebody to kind of course correct me, I always feel this sting in my soul that's like, at some point, you got to trust you. And the more you outsource your self trust, the more you're going to carry the bag of self doubt. And only you can put that down when you stop outsourcing your self trust. And this is not a video to analyze anybody. This is a video for me to remember I don't need permission from anybody to do what I want to do. And I know that's easier said than done, but unfortunately, we live in a world where they'll say stuff like that and then they'll condemn you when you don't follow suit. So you're literally fighting against energies that you don't even see to remind yourself that I can take control over my life, even if the masses say I can't, even if it's not appealing or sexy to do, even if the people I want to approve don't approve. This is literally my life and something that I'm realizing and I'm accepting. And I'm like, oh shit, this is my life. And that can be scary for someone who didn't feel equipped to take on life. You have to remind yourself daily, but wait, nobody's really going to live this but me. Nobody's going to live this but me. I'm going to do another video on that because nobody's going to come and wake you up and put clothes on you and set your day, move your feet for you. Like nobody, I mean, if you want to get real deep, we could talk about but we're not. We're not gonna go those who know. But in this realm, in this reality, these are our choices. And when you realize asking people, can you what? Like it's can I do something? Listen to the question. It doesn't even make sense to outsource that. Can I? No, I'm going to. Oh, that's cool, but I'm going to. And you don't have to, but I am. You don't like it, that's cool, but I do. Like when I go shopping with my mom, I don't like when she asks me, Shayla, do you like it? I always ask, do you like it? She gets mad because she's used to shopping with her sister and they go back and forth about like, oh, I liked it and it's fun. But what I've realized is no, it's cute, but no, you have to wear it. Do you like it? I don't have to like anything. Does that mean you're not going to buy anything? And it always comes from somewhere. It always comes from like your triggers usually come from someone close to you that you picked up on. Like me seeking validation and being a people pleaser, I wasn't born this way, but I was molded into this. So now I have to be my undoing. I have to be my own undoing. And I have to do it with patience and with gentleness and with compassion. But first and foremost, except that I don't need motherfucking permission from nobody to do a motherfucking and stand in that. Until next time. Peace.